They're not museum pieces. They don't have to be, you know, like they've just come off the factory stuff. That shit doesn't bother me too much. So I'm not having it completely fucking mullered, but you know, there's degrees of quality and condition that are acceptable to me. Talking about that, actually, I know I should have done this before, but it kind of ties into it. The last lot of games I bought, I don't know if you remember, boxed SNES, Jungle Book. It's now in. So I bought some cases. They're not Sentinel. They don't fit as well. I was expecting a bit more snugger fit. I don't know if you can see that. There's a little bit of a gap. So there's a little bit of move. It protects them, but I wanted it to kind of like encase it. If that makes sense, I know I'm doing that kind of thing. But you can tell sometimes when you put them into the thing, they slide in, and it kind of reforms the box a little bit. But it's protected. I bought some trays. The trays are fine, to be honest. I mean, these are. What did it cost me? 9 quid for 10. Like, you know, like 90p each or something like that. I'm you know, I'm not going to go mad because it'll cost me a small fucking fortune to box everything up. But you know, for some of these ones here that I thought, you know, actually deserve it. So I've stuck a few of them. I've got 5 more protectors left. I may order some more. But the trays are quite cool. Putting a tray in a lot of the boxes makes a huge difference because it really puts it back into some sort of form, structure. But when I get time round to it, they will do a Daz Coda's Loro and have an iron. That's for sure. Right, last 4 now. Some choice titles here. This first one isn't one of the big hitters at all, but it's still not cheap. You know, in terms of like cartridges, I think it's about 12 quid. Again, the thing with CEX, right? Some of the stuff is like, you think, yeah, it's about right, and the other stuff is like, whoa, that's not even competitive, and there's other stuff that's way too cheap, and it's just trying to pick your battles with that. Sometimes I've been alright, sometimes not so good. I did notice actually Micro Machines on the N64. I think I bought it for 8 quid. It's gone up to 12 quid now. So it goes to show you, you know, like with a cube, and like probably with other formats, they're obviously toying with the pricing. So, you know, and again, it might just depend on what they've got in stock, but I don't suppose they've got, you know, 40 copies of Micro Machines or whatever, because that usually used to dictate in terms of Wii and Cube prices and stuff. Again, going a little bit off topic here, I was toying. I still am. There's part of me that's being pulled to this game. No Man's Sky on the PS4, but I know it's on the PC as well. But oh my god, that game looks absolutely amazing. Now, when it first came out, I think a lot of people, it didn't get very good ratings and reviews and stuff like that. I think it's from a lot of the fanboys, or you know, people expecting some sort of like GTA, shoot the crap out of shit and all that kind of bollocks. I didn't know anything about it at all. I've seen a couple of streams off, I don't know who they were, just some random people, some American guy, and it looks right up my alley because I like the fact that there's no big onus on you. I don't like things that have got time limits or requirements and this, that and the other. I mean, I played Minecraft, but I didn't like the whole all the night time and all this kind of shit. It didn't gel with that game though. Just seems to suit you. Have wander around, bit of crafting, bit of Minecrafting, crafty side to it, exploration. Yeah, and I think everyone slated the graphics and stuff. The graphics ain't everything. Looked fine to me, what I could sort of see. So there's a part of me that was thinking, especially with some of the credit I got today, you know, I was halfway. Would have been near enough well, easily would have been halfway. To be able to get a second-hand PS4. Obviously less the game, but I haven't got PS4 yet. So I was sort of fucking winning an hour in. But then I thought, oh, I'd be like a bit like Monkey Smash, it'd just be Impulse or Daz. You know, Hunter's Deloro, like very impulsive, and just, oh, I'm gonna get it now. And I thought, no, steady yourself, lad. Give it like 5 months, it'll be the game. I think it's like 50 odd quid at the minute. The local shop had one 8 quid less. They had it at 42 quid. But once all the fanboys realise it's not what they thought, they'll all be firing them back in because you can't shoot. It's not running around shooting shit. It's not Call of Duty. So hopefully it'll come back down. And then when the PS 4.5 comes out, the PS4s will drop. So I think I'll probably just sit tight. If I was 10 years ago, when I was a youth, when I was younger, I would have just fucking got the credit card out and just gone and bought a PS4, bought the fucking game. I really would have. But yeah, I'm older, wiser, and stingier. Definitely more fucking tight. I've always been tight anyway, but I'm worse now. But yeah, No Man's Sky does look a very good game. Very good. Anyway, back to my old shit. Back to this old fucking Rommel. Destruction Derby 64, there we go. So, iconic game on the PlayStation. I wasn't even really aware that it was out on 64, to be honest. When did it... There's not a date, 1999. So, I mean, that's... When did the PlayStation come out? Was that 98? Could be 98. I can't remember when the PlayStation was released. I said not too far behind. No, PlayStation was before 98, wasn't it? I can't remember. I'm guessing that would have come out two years after the PlayStation, minimal. Right, last 3 games. And I'll show you the first one, and obviously then you'll realise what the other two... Well, you may give you an idea of the quality of the next two, given the fact that this one is the third place, bronze. Talk about Olympics. No, don't watch it. But seeing as how it is the Olympics, Olympic theme in third place, bronze medal. At first I thought that someone had hacked the cart, and then I realised actually no, it's just a 2-tone cart, and it is Pokemon Stadium 2. So again, quite it's only loose. I know I'd love to have the big box, but that hasn't happened yet. But it has got a weird. So them that might not know, I don't know if you can see it. It looks like it's. I thought someone swapped the back over, but it's not. It's still that it's got like a speckly. You can see it on the gold a bit, but even on the silver, it's reflective. It's got like not tinsel. Don't know what it's called. Sparkly stuff. It's got that in it anyway. Yeah, but Pokemon Stadium 2. Again, on CEX, probably not too expensive, given the going rate on the bay. 30 something, 35 I think. 50 notes on the bay I think. I mean, what you might find is that CEX start to dictate the online prices, because to be honest, a few of the games that I've looked at I just went, you know what, I'm just waiting for CEX to get in stock, there's no point. It works the other way as well. eBay's been cheaper for some of the, especially some of the lower end stuff. But again, it may affect it and it may increase the price there. So we end up with like this sort of, eventually it'll balance out. And so I've sort of seen that with the cube stuff. Once CEX realised that the scalpers are like scalping a certain game, they'll whack the price back up to reflect eBay, and then they'll stop scalping it. That's the way it goes, That's economics at work. That's the right word. I was going to say varnish for that shiny stuff. It's not fucking varnish, not tinsel. It is. Come on, you're telling me. I can imagine you screaming at it. I can't think. Right. So these two, I'm not sure which is the best way to put these two in. Now, this was the last one that I need. I'll do this one first because it's the last one that I needed, and I think I have all the games now. sure I have all the games, albeit not all complete or anything like that, clearly, because this one isn't. The first one isn't. So it's this one and the third, yeah, this one and the first one that isn't box complete. The second one I've got box complete, and then the other was on the other system that continued the lineage, which I've got them. So it isn't none other than Mario Party 3. I scooped this up. So someone must have, I think, bought this, and it may have not been, because actually they come separately, so I'm guessing they were from different shops, but it just appeared that way on CEX's site. But bagged myself this because, again, like I say, it's the last one I needed, and it is it's probably the harder one to get out of all three of them on the N64. So one I've got loose, two I've got box complete. I've got a loose copy of 2. Now I've got 3. 4 is on the cube. 4, 5, and 6 and 7 are on the cube, aren't they? 4, 5, 6, and 7. Yeah. Then 8 on the Wii, and 9, 10 on the. Well, I can't remember. But yeah, so I'm looking for, you know, obviously no one's got a box and manual for Mario Party 3, I'm sure. And then the last one. So what could trump Mario Party 3? I hear you cry. I looked at this, don't get me wrong, I impulse bought it straight away, because I knew of it. It's not until I bought it, because I thought if you don't buy it straight away, as soon as you see it, it'll be gone. And again, I did the waiting game with this and Mario Party 3 to sort of see if it ever turned up, and thankfully they did. But obviously once I'd realised that I'd sort of managed to bag it, so to speak, and it sort of said it's been posted, I look online, and to be honest, this in the States isn't very expensive. It's one of them weird anomalies where, you know, both released in Europe and the States, and in America, in the States, it's like $20, so it's like 10 quid, 15, if that. Over here, it's fucking off the scale sometimes. I didn't really look, so I'm not sure if Mario Party 3 was a competitive price. I think it was in and around, actually, Mario Party 3 was probably a little bit more than what it sells on the bag. Only by a couple of quid. This one was significantly cheaper than what it sells on eBay. So between the two, it worked out okay. And obviously, given the fact it was all credit and wasn't sort of 100%, you know, spends. And that game is Aiden Chronicles: The First Mage. Again, just needs a little bit of a wipe over this one. Not a great deal. Same Mario Party 3 is pretty clean. A few little scuffs on the corner there. I'll say those two turned up or appeared on CEX's site roughly about the same time. Well, they must have, because I bought them both at the same time. So usually with that, you think it's someone just fired them all in, and I was expecting them to come together, but they didn't. I don't care. The fact that they turned up is you know, more than enough. And weirdly enough, those two I ordered together because literally I seen them. I thought I'll bag them and I'll just pay the £2.50. I'm not going to try and build up, you know, use the rest of the credit, because if I spend too long browsing, they'll be gone. These turned up before stuff like Pokemon, which I ordered days before that. So, you know, there's always that worry that they weren't going to turn up. That's it for the minute. Like I say, N64 will probably be more leaning towards that way. And we'll see, we're on another venture. We're on another fucking collection. Yes, I know you're going to say, oh, bloody knew you'd do it, Tooty. But if CEX hadn't have started selling them, I probably wouldn't have bothered. I would have just picked them up as and when. And yeah, I probably would have, you know, bumbled along next couple of years collecting them. But the fact now that it's a route in, it's a very accessible route in for me. Yeah, why not? Fuck it. A couple of massive games that are yet to get. Obviously, top of trees got to be Snowball Kids 2. I might have to speak to someone in Australia. A couple of the Aussie lads down there, Tony and Anthony, Sega on my house. Might need to call a favour in or two, perhaps, because I know it's more prevalent down there. And it's still PAL. I don't give a shit if it's just loose cart. I don't give a shit. Still PAL. Still looks exactly the same. The Japanese version of Snowboard Kids 2, you get Snowboard Kids 1 and 2 complete in box, 15-20 quid. There you go. What are you going to do? That's me, the fan's going back on. Take it easy, YouTube, and I'll catch you soon. Bye bye.